Yes. Hello, I am Devai Gulve. I am going to be sergeant at arms for today's meeting. I welcome you all to the 428th meeting of Toastmasters Club of Pune Northwest. I will begin with our mission statement. We provide a positive and supportive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop their communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. We have to follow some ground rules during this meeting. The first rule is please keep your cell phones on silent mode or keep them off. Enter and exit during an applause. The third one is keep mute your microphone unless instructed by Toastmaster of the day. Keep your video on unless there is issue with bandwidth or microphone. You can use emojis like thumbs up and claps during the meeting when there is use of word of the day and phrase of the day. You can start your speech with the greetings and refrain from the movements that distract the speakers. And last but not the least, keep a broad smile on your face throughout the meeting. Let's begin with the guest introduction round. Do we have any guests? I think we have the guest Kavita. Kavita, can you please introduce yourself?
Good morning. My name is Kavita Chidambaram. I am from Nanmangalam Toastmaster Club. Last year I joined Pune Toastmasters Club online meeting. In the middle I am unable to join, so I thought of attending the meeting. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kavita. Do we have any another guest? Okay. Give a big round of applause for Kavita. I welcome you all the guests and I ensure that you will enjoy the today's meeting. So I'll start. Let's begin with the Toastmaster of the day. Toastmaster of the day is someone who is program manager by profession and he is always comes with new themes and his hobby is meeting people. So with big round of applause, welcome Toastmaster Ashutosh.
Thank you, Toastmaster Devai, for a warm introduction. Hello, friends. Hi. Good morning. Today's theme is growth of electric vehicles in Indian market. So, whenever we heard this word, what the first thing comes in our mind? Sustainability is there or not? What's the electric vehicle? And how it can be grow? To understand all this, I wanted to ask few questions. So how many of you have come here with your two-wheeler? 1, 2. Chandra, you? Okay. So if we can see that 50% of the person present over here are chosen their two-wheeler. And whether it was the electric or the gasoline powered. It was petrol, gasoline powered. And yours is petrol, gasoline powered. Petrol is nothing but a gasoline when we talk from the US terminologies. Okay. So, and the market of industry, this two-wheeler industry is huge. If we go by the research from Zyme.com, that two-wheeler industry has a size of $41.6 billion. And this industry is growing with a CAGR of 6.5%, compound annual growth rate of 6.5, very big market. And this entire demand is largely coming from Asian markets. And that Asian market majorly contribute India and China. And the reason of this high demand is because of the huge population, traffic congestions, increasing modernization and urbanization, and public demand as well for their daily commute. in this huge market of world where India stands. So India played a vital role in terms of demand and supply when we talk about electrical vehicles, and for that matter, two-wheeler industry. India is annually selling approximately 20 million units every year. And this is again coming from where our Indian traffic conditions, the demand for people to daily commute, and so on and so forth. So today we are going to understand what is the future of electric vehicle in this domain when the industry is such a huge industry, and urbanization is going to increase every another day. So how India is placed and what are the strategies that are putting into place to ensure that the supply, demand, and the overall industry will grow to a certain space. We'll understand from all this, but let us ask our president for today's meeting to give his presiding address. I request Toastmaster Chandrashekhar to come on the stage.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ashutosh. Now I want you to imagine a hypothetical situation. All of you, those who are present online as well as offline. Imagine that you are on a road on a ground floor. There is a building which is a 20-story building. And on the 20th floor, there is something that you want, but there are no lifts. Now, let us imagine that it is not really important if you get it or not. Will you walk up to all those stairs to go on the 20 feet? Can I see a raise of hand? How many people would like to go? It's not important, but you can go. How many of you would like to go there by walking or by climbing up the stairs? I don't see anyone raised his hand. Now, let's say, okay, Mayur raised his hand. Mayur is an athletic person, so I won't deny him. Now, let's say there is a bag of cash. How much cash do you want? Let us assume maybe like 10 lakh rupees that is kept on the 20th floor. In that case, will you go to that floor by walking? Yes or no? Can I see a raise of hand? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And in online, again, Mayur's hand is raised. So almost all of us. Now, what made that decision to be changed? That earlier you were thinking, oh, I should not go it over there. And now because there is money is the only thing, or what else it can be so that you would go? Maybe gold. It is also a monetary thing. What if, yeah, it can be your loved one as well. So it can be money, it can be your loved ones. Can it be your goals as well that you want to achieve in your life? If those are your goals, will you climb up to those 20 stairs, those 20 floors to achieve them? Yes or no? Right. So every day we get a chance to climb those 20 floors. Every day we have certain goals, but do we really go up to those 20 floors to achieve them? If yes or no, that is the only question that I want to leave it up with you, so that you can decide whether you want to climb those 20 floors or not. Now, as we are already late for today's meeting, I don't see any other guests. So I would like to give control back to the Toastmaster of the day to introduce further role players and progress with the meeting.
Thank you, Toastmaster Chandrashekhar, for inspiring us to reach to a certain level of floors to reach our goals. Let's see how we will be placed in terms of achieving our goals to climb on those 20 floors. So before I'm going to introduce the role players, I wanted to understand few things from you. We'll divide the floor on three rooms. So first, I want from these two people, what is the advantage of electric vehicle from your side? Cost effective, running cost is low. One advantage from your side, sir. Noise pollution is almost less. Okay, from your side, sir. Eco-friendly. So please remember these advantages: low cost, low running cost, noise pollution is almost zero, and it is eco-friendly. From online mode, can we have three advantages? Anyone? Mayur, Jay, Kavita, or Akash? Mayur, you don't see any advantage in electric vehicles? Please unmute yourself. We want to listen your laugh also.
The advantages which I could see all are already covered.
Okay, so largely this is covered. Jay, what is your take on this? What is the advantage of electric vehicles? You are in Mercedes, so you must come up with some certain good points that we are not covering over here.
Less pollution.
audible?
Yeah. Less pollution.
Yes, Kavita. Less pollution. Okay. Less air pollution. Okay. So two pollution we have covered: noise pollution and air pollution. Thank you, Kavita. Yes, yes, Mayur. You have some food for thought. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, tax benefits are there. Like if we buy electric vehicle, then there are few tax benefits as well.
So what he said, I couldn't get.
Tax benefits.
Tax benefits are there. Okay, so economically, it is good to have. Thank you. Anybody else wanted to come up and share his views? What are the advantages of electric vehicle? Or we should move to next part. Fine. So, okay, Nilesh has changed the side. Anyways, disadvantage from your side, Chandra. Feel of driving is little inferior as compared to gasoline powered vehicles. Okay, sir, from your side, disadvantage. Okay, so you are not sure how long you can drive the vehicle if the infrastructure is not well developed. Fair enough. From your side, sir. So disruption can be for good also, no? Okay. Okay, we'll talk on this area because the companies which are into gasoline powered vehicles are shifting to electric vehicles. So perhaps they are gearing themselves in a good way that it will not be a challenge for them. As a consumer perspective, we wanted to understand what skilled manpower. Okay, so these are okay, fine. Nilesh, from your side. Correct. Safety concerns are there because the industry is not mature enough. So we have seen anybody from offline, as rather in online, Mayur disadvantages. Maybe you have a fair share of disadvantages, if not advantage. I can see the handsome face of Nikhil also. So Nikhil.
So
yes.
I think electric vehicles are expensive because if you want to buy a car, non-electric car you can buy in 10 lakh, but if you go for electric car, it will go beyond 15 lakh. So I think it is expensive to buy electric car.
Well taken. So high initial cost, understood.
Yes.
Though low in running cost, but initial cost is high. Great. Anybody else? Shalmali?
As of now, there is not much infrastructure is set up in terms of charging points. Like if you are on a long drive, then there might be a situation wherein you are finding a struggle while finding any charging point.
Okay, so now we have a fair share of advantages and disadvantages. So in the tussle of advantages and disadvantages, how the growth of this industry is going to sustain over a period of time, we'll understand. So now let me introduce you today's meeting format. So we'll be having prepared speeches, then we'll be having a table topic session, then we'll be having evaluations. So to start with, we have some role players for today's meeting, and we all have heard this time many a times that if we take care of minutes, hours is going to take care of ourselves. So for taking care of our minutes, we have time for today's meeting Toastmaster Deep. I request Toastmaster Deep to come on stage and explain his role.
Hello, happy morning, Mr. President, fellow Toastmasters and Toastmaster of the day, and of course, the dear guest. I, Toastmaster Deep, will be the timer. So timer, I feel, maybe my personal perspective, I'm going to be the most powerful person of this meeting. Why? Because if I will ask you what is the most respectable thing amongst all those respectable things in the universe, maybe the resources, maybe the energy, maybe anything, but I feel so time is the most valuable resource. Once it's gone, never it's going to be back again, and we should always respect time. And that's why my sincere request to all of you to respect me, because I'm going to be the timer of the meeting and you can take a chance to respect me. With that note, I would like to stop here. Yeah, but before that, I will be respecting you as well by showing the signals when to stop, when to wrap up with your speeches, or maybe all the role players who will be coming on the stage. My green card will be your signal that your speech been reached to the optimal time. My yellow card will be something that it's in between your optimal and maximum time of the speech. And yes, the last but not least, the red card will be the stopping signal. You have to stop. But as a rule of Toastmaster, you will be graced with the 30 seconds of period. Whenever you will be shown the red card, you can take your time, further 30 seconds, and you will be able to wrap up. So with that note, I will be coming back again with the timely intervals with my reports in between. And thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deep, for explaining us the importance of time. Now we'll move to our next role player, that is Ah Counter. So to play the role of Ah Counter, we have Toastmaster Shalmali. Shalmali, I request you to come on stage. Yeah, we can see you.
Yes. Sorry. Hello, everyone. I'm Shalmali, counter of today's meeting. So, fellow Toastmasters, Toastmaster of the day, and dear guest. So, as a counter, I will be keeping track of filler sounds and overused words. So, filler sounds can be like and also overused words. I will keep track of overused words. So at the end of the meeting, I will present my report. So and I will be sharing flawless speakers. So thank you.
Thank you, Shalmali. Now we'll move to the third role player for today's meeting, that is grammarian. And to act as a grammarian, we have Toastmaster Nikhil. Toastmaster Nikhil.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Ashutosh. Good morning, President, area directors, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, and dear guest. My name is Nikhil, and today I'll be playing a role of grammarian. As a language evaluator, I will listen to each and every speech, and I will note down good uses and grammatical mistakes happen in the meeting. Now let me share my screen and show you word of the day and phrase of the day. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can see.
Okay. So today's word of the day is galvanic. It's an adjective. Its meaning is causing people to feel or react strongly, making people react in sudden and dramatic way. Synonyms are electrifying, breathtaking, exciting, thrilling. Example one is her performance had a galvanic effect on the audience. Example two is her galvanic presence brought the party to life. Now, the phrase of the day is catch lightning in a bottle. The meaning of phrase is to accomplish something extraordinarily difficult to achieve rare success. Example 1, he caught lightning in a bottle with the success of his first film. Example 2 is winning the World Cup for the Indian cricket team in 1983 was like catching lightning in a bottle. So can we have some examples from audience?
Yes, we have Toastmaster Ankit, followed by Toastmaster Nilesh.
So I would like to try word of the day. So Elon Musk's recent comment on electric vehicles has a galvanic effect on the sales of EV.
Talia? Nilesh, yeah.
Good morning, everyone. I think we are really enjoying today's meeting with the galvanic effect of Ashutosh as a Toastmaster of the day. Thank you.
Yes, Toastmaster Mayur.
Yeah, Ashutosh Toastmaster journey is so galvanic that he has catch in a bottle by achieving or completing a level 5 in just few months.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you everyone who used this phrase of the day and word of the day. So I would like to use both the words and phrase in the meeting. And I request everyone to give thumbs up when anyone is using a word of the day and phrase of the day in the meeting. Online audience can give thumbs up in the chat section. I will present my report at the end of the meeting. Over to you. Thank you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nikhil, for explaining us the word of the day and phrase of the day. So now we are going to start our today's meeting first program, that is prepared speech. And to share our first speech for today's meeting, he is Toastmaster Nilesh. And to evaluate Toastmaster Nilesh, we have another veteran Toastmaster, Toastmaster Insia. So I request Toastmaster Insia to come on stage and explain the speech objective.
Am I clearly audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay. Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests, a very good morning to everybody. So today my speaker is going to perform or develop a communication plan from the visionary communication pathway. This project focuses on how to formulate a central message and develop a communication plan for a target audience. The purpose of this object is to practice developing a communication plan. I would like to wish all the best for my speaker for today. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Insia. So now we are going to have an electrifying speaker for today's meeting who is going to catch the lightning in the bottle. Toastmaster Nilesh.
Good morning, boss. Hey, hi, Nilesh. Good morning. Boss, I want to tell you, we want to add a few more people in our project because volume is really high. Oh, really? I don't think so, Nilesh. Let's wait for some more months. Boss, I think it's high time now. We have already waited for 6 months. Can you please do it now? Nilesh, I'm hearing from you this first time. Since last 6 months? I don't know. Let's wait for some more time. Okay, boss. Thank you. Presiding officer, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, and my dear guests. I was sad. I was worried. I was worried not only for my project, I was worried for my people. Because my people were frustrated, devastated, because they were extending their shift timings. They were skipping the lunch breaks since we have less people in our team. Volume was high. I was sad. I was frustrated, devastated, dejected, and feeling rejected. What to do? Achieving project deadline was like catching lightning in a bottle. It was difficult. But I was wondering why my boss is not able to understand this situation. Why my boss is not affecting with this situation. I knew that this is going to create galvanic situation in front of people. Then one day, I reached out to my mentor. I told him the entire story. And then he asked me a simple question. Nilesh, what was your communication plan when you reached out to your boss? Communication plan? I didn't have any communication plan. In fact, I was not aware what does that mean. Then my mentor gave me a chit. This is that chit. And there were 4 pointers. Message clarity, target audience, communication channel, and timing. I learned all that day. There are 4 aspects of communication channel. Like when we are talking to anybody, maybe it can be informative, it can be request, it can be demand. We have to go with these 4 steps. Then only it can be an effective message which will be creating impact on the listeners. So let's talk about these 4 aspects of communication channel. And I would like to start with the message clarity. Message clarity shows that what exactly is the requirement of the requester. Message clarity gives the idea to the listener, and it focuses on why part of it. Why the particular person saying, why the particular person is requesting. If we are able to deliver that request in a proper way, then it will definitely create an impact. Second, target audience. There are 2 types of target audience. 1, primary, and 2, secondary. In my situation, my primary target audience was my team members because they were directly affecting with the situation. And my secondary target audience were their family members because these people were going home late, they were frustrated, and it was not creating good environment at the home, which means my people were not able to create work-life balance. Third, communication channel. Now there are different types of communication channel. It can be in person, it can be video interview, it can be audience, or it can be WhatsApp chat as well. In my situation, I never added my boss in any form of communication channel. Like he was not added in the meeting, so he was not aware what exactly going on in the team. He was not in the WhatsApp group where he was not able to see what exactly going on. And even I reached out to my boss at the last moment after 6 months where he was not having any idea about it. So that communication channel was missing over there. And last, timing. Timing plays vital role, as our timer has already mentioned today, because my timing was wrong. As I said earlier, I reached out to my boss at the last moment. There was no frequent communication with him. So I missed the timing as well. After learning these 4 aspects of communication channel, I started implementing it immediately. I started adding my boss in every meeting. I started adding my boss in the chatting as well, wherein our group is there so that my boss can see what exactly going on in the team. Also, I started talking to my boss frequently. And then I was trying to create an impact in a better way, which I earlier missed. And in this way, I realized that the clarity which I was missing earlier in my message, that clarity was going to my boss because he was able to understand the situation. And then again, after a couple of months, I reached out to my boss, and this is how it went. Hi, boss. Hey, good morning, Nilesh. Boss, I just want to tell you one thing, that our team is doing an amazing job. I think we are really doing good. But only one concern is there. As you must have seen in the meetings as well as on WhatsApp, that people are frustrated because we are lacking with the manpower. People are extending their shift timing. They are skipping their lunch breaks. They are also not taking any single leave since last 2 months. And I believe this is the right time to add headcount because it is affecting their health as well as it is affecting their family members. and it is our moral responsibility to take care of our people. Nilesh, I think you said rightly. But even I am observing that people are frustrated. I was in the meeting last time. I have seen why people are saying what kind of people are saying about our process, and I can see that people are leaving the organization because of this. So let's add few more people in your team. Good job. Thank you so much, boss. Thank you so much. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nilesh. And I feel certainly he has catch the lightning in a bottle by narrating the story in which how to go for a perfect communication, what all elements are required in a communication so that your message is impactful. Great message from your speech, Nilesh. So now with this, we have an end of today's session because we are having only one speech today. So there is a little change in the agenda. In the second part, we are going to have a informative and a knowledgeable session coming from our president, Toastmaster Chandrashekhar. Before I'm going to call Toastmaster Chandrashekhar on the stage, we all have remembered at the start of the meeting that the disadvantages of electric vehicle. So that was high in initial cost from Toastmaster Nikhil. Second one was pollution was a good thing, negative. Second was the concern that Deep mentioned to us that there is a fear in my mind how long I can run the vehicle because charging infrastructure is not that good. And third one was, all forget, that is benefit, advantages, so disadvantages. Huh? Safety was another concern. Okay, so lack of skilled workforce. So if we are going to work on these areas, what you have observed, and some of them are largely that you have covered, then maybe we will be in a situation to attain a sustainable growth because we have a fair share of advantages as well. For example, low in running cost, very less noise pollution, eco-friendly. So if we have advantages and we can work on some disadvantages, we can get a potential and a sustainable growth. So how that is going to happen, we'll talk in the later part of session. But before that, I request Toastmaster Chandrashekhar to come on stage and give his knowledgeable session on voice modulation. Right, Chandrashekhar? Okay, thank you. So please welcome with a big round of applause.
Yeah, 20 minutes. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ashutosh. Now I want you to imagine that I gave a really wonderful speech. How many of you think this is a true thing? That I gave a really amazing speech, everybody is clapping. Can this ever happen? Yeah. But 2 years back, this was not the case. I delivered my first icebreaker speech and the evaluator did not give me any recommendation because that is how it is done in the Toastmaster Club of Pune Northwest. And just after that, I had to deliver my first speech. That is evaluation and feedback one that I chose at that time. And I delivered my speech. The evaluator for my speech was none other than distinguished Toastmaster Vinod. He gave a really wonderful evaluation, but he said two things that really, hurt my feelings at that time because I was not ready for the evaluation. He said, Chandrashekhar, the speech was so nice, the content was so nice, but you were monotonous. The pitch was flat, and throughout the speech, you just went on just one tone. Has this ever happened to you, friend, that after delivering a speech, the evaluator came and said that the speech was monotonous? You could have done a bit of voice modulation. Can I see a raise of hand? This happens almost every time. Now, there is no extent that you can perfect it, but there are some things that we can learn about it. And today we are going to talk about vocal variety or voice modulation. So let us begin. So even before we get to know what is vocal variety and what is voice modulation, I would like to know what is voice first. I'll change the slide. So can anyone define what is voice? Toastmaster Ashutosh, what is voice?
Yes, so voice is are played with our tongue so that to create a meaningful sentence or the message.
Okay, voice is our play with our tongue to create the minimal message or sentence. Toastmaster Deep. Voice is the verbal expression of our thoughts. That's great. Toastmaster Ankit. Any kind of emotions that we are showing through some sounds. Toastmaster Nilesh. Okay, great. Toastmaster David, do you want to add anything to it? No, but do you want to say what do you think voice basically means?
Voice is something we can have.
Okay, voice is something that we can hear and we can act on that. That's great. Anyone from online mode would like to tell what do you think voice basically means? What could be the scientific definition of voice? Okay, that's I think the right question to be asked. Toastmaster Mayur, Toastmaster Nikhil, do you want to add anything to voice?
Vibrations coming from your throat, I would say. Not throat, but
yeah, vibrations. Okay, great. Yeah, Toastmaster Nilesh. Yeah, we can say that because through voice we also display our emotion, how we are feeling, what we are feeling, right? So I got few of the replies, and one of the replies was the first word that we can see. Voice is nothing but the vibration that we produce through our vocal cords. You know, the vocal cords vibrates and they produce different kind of voice. No, simply we can say our mouth is a word dispenser. What it does, it creates different sounds, different words. All those are nothing but our voices. It can be different, varying from person to person. Now, you can see that voice is nothing also but our health indicators. You see, somebody is having throat pain or somebody is having cough. That person voice changes drastically. You can see that by just voice. Even if that person is on call, you can say that, are you feeling cold? Are you not okay? So voice can be a health indicator also, and voice can also show our mood. If I say, yeah, I'm really interested today. Yeah. What is the plan? Now, this kind of voice basically says that though I'm not interested, but you can guess of it. Just from the voice of a person, you can guess of it. And voice also comes in singing. If you see, if you've seen that movie, which is Wolf of Wall Street, so the one guy who is always singing, so voice can be different things. But in general, voices are for those who want to convey their words. Those are just vibration that is coming from your mouth or through vocal cords to be more precise. Now, when we come, how we can modulate our voice. So even before modulating our voice, when we want to exercise for our health, we do some warm-ups. So just like that, when we want to exercise for our voice, there are some warm-ups that we need to do. So the first one is the diaphragmatic breathing. What do you think it could mean? You know, we have a diaphragm inside our body. So we need to take deep breath. Okay, not from our nose, but from our diaphragm. So if you try doing that, let us try it. Okay, maybe you can keep your hand like this. It will give you a certain feeling of this, and start taking breath through your diaphragm or through your mouth. If you see. Now, this is an exercise that you should do even before delivering your speech. What it happens, it relaxes your muscles that you are going to use for it. Second one is the humming. As I previously said, some people have that thing that either they they are tapping their legs before delivering speeches. Like me, there are some people who are like they are always humming. Now these are nothing but the warm-ups that you do. Sometimes even you drink a glass of water even before going to even the presentation or be it a speech. And the best, or I can say that it has been throughout proven, best warm-up is the tongue twisters. Can anybody remember the classic tongue twister? Which is the classic tongue twister that we all use? Okay, Hindi one I think. Okay, red bird, bluebirds. That's also a good one. Apart from that, what else it can be? In Hindi, it was pakka papad, kacha papad. Yeah.
Peter Piper pick up peck of pickle peppers.
Okay. Though it's a tough one, not the classic one. Thank you. So we will try to do some of the voices or some of the tongue twister, and I would request at least 2 of the volunteers to come on the stage and try it. Okay. So who would like to come? One from online, and okay, Ankit would also like to come. Yeah. So the tongue twister is displayed. Yeah. Toastmaster Deep, you can also come. Yeah. Let's come. So first, I would like Toastmaster Ankit to do it, and then I would like Toastmaster Deep to do it.
I just have to repeat this, right?
Yeah, that's what tongue twister is.
Red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather. Red leather.
Also at the
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. Thank you. Now I want Toastmaster Deep also to repeat it, maybe even a bit faster if you can.
And is it just once or multiple times?
You can do it 2 times. That's also fine.
Fast, as much as
Yeah, as much fast as you can. Faster than the flash.
red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather, yellow leather.
Okay. Thank you, Toastmaster Deep. Congratulations. Thank you so much for participating. Now, what happens when we do these warm-up exercises? Basically we are, making ourselves ready to deliver something or to talk something, which is going to be a big. Now, this you can all try. When we go to any English classes, this is what they suggest. Why? Because they want you to be ready to speak, right? Now, what is the second thing or the most important thing in vocal variety is these 4 things: volume, pitch, stress, and the last, which is space and pause. Okay. And almost all of us know what all 4 these things are. At least that's what I'm expecting. If not, we'll get to know about it today. But these are the 4 key ingredients which we have to use to, have the vocal variety in our speech. All 4, just that's it. Nothing else. And if you do it, you will be able to do voice modulation than what you are doing now. Now let us go ahead with the first, volume. What do you think volume is? Can anyone tell me what is volume? Yeah, Toastmaster Deep. Intensity of the sound, great. Anyone else? Anyone from the online mode? Yeah, that's a correct answer though. In scientific term, volume is the intensity of our sound. Now, how loud we speak. Say, the loudspeaker is so loud. That is the volume of that loudspeaker. Right? So when we try to speak at a louder voice, that is where we are trying to, be more harsh or be more, we want to make sure that everybody is able to listen to you. That time you try to raise your voice. And sometimes even if you are in class, the teacher asks you the question and say that answer that question, and you say, yeah, the answer is 200. Yeah, be more louder. That time we lower down our voice. We are not lowering anything, but just we are lowering down our voice or increasing our voice. Now, how it is beneficial? If you want to make a key impact or key message that you want to convey, that time you go a bit louder. And if you want to convey something which is really, really, secret, that time you lower down your voice. Yeah, have you heard about the thing that has happened with her? I don't know how people gossip, but that's what my assumption about voice is. So, 2 things that you can do when you want to convey something key message, make your voice louder. When you want to display some secret message or something, that time you lower your voice, and that's how it is done. That is the first part of playing with your volume. Okay, let us try that as well. I think I must be having this. So there is one sentence. I would like maybe Toastmaster Devi to come on the stage and try this. Okay. Now over here, I want you to play with your voice. Okay, don't go too much loud. I think we are really less people, so let us try it.
I went around the room. I have to just read that sentence. I went around the rooms, searched for the living room, went into every cabinet, and I finally found her.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. Now, what do you think? What could have been changed in this? Okay, there are some hints are also given. So imagine that somebody, let's for example, it's a cat that has been lost. So you are searching for it. So how would you will be feeling? Yaar, where is my cat? how can I find her? So in the starting, you will feel agitated. You will have a lot of like, I went around all the rooms, searched in the every living corner, and finally I found her. So can you see the same sentence, but just with the change of my voice? I sometimes I increase the volume and sometimes I decrease the volume according to the key message. And I was able to achieve a little bit of voice modulation than being monotonous. Same thing can be applied to your speeches also. Now let us go ahead with the next part. That is, can anybody tell what it was? Pitch. What do you think pitch is? Okay, quality indicator of your voice. Good. Anything else? Okay. Pitch, how I can describe it in scientific terms. Have you seen those analog AM, FM modulation waves? Or at least in the movies, they show that the heartbeats are going on. Those are nothing but the AM, FM waves. So, you know, when you make it those really harsh, same voice, like, this is how the pitch sounds. Now, if I say, have you heard any a cappella or what we can say, any a cappella music where the singer is not very loud, but the tone is very changing? That's what your voice, or sorry, that your pitch is. Now let us try to see an example of it. By that, maybe you'll be able to get it really easily. Now, these are the 4 tones. I want you all to keep your tone as it is. Just change your pitch. Now, for each and everything, I have given a message. I want someone from the online mode to try the first one. I am tired, but be monotonous. Okay, that's what the hint is given. Just to see how 4 variation would look like. So, who would like to try that? Okay. There's a call. Sorry for the disturbance. Yes. Yes, Toastmaster Shalpali. Can you read the first one?
Yes. In monotone, we can say it as I'm
No,
tired.
just read it. Just read it. Okay. Yeah.
I am tired.
Okay. Now I want second person to, the hint is given in the bracket that what is your feeling? The first one was being monotonous. I'm tired. Don't know whether she or he is or not. Second one, I would like to try Toastmaster Ashutosh. Imagine that you had a very long day at work, which is always the case. How would you say that? Okay, great. So he is really tired. Third one, when somebody is annoying you, somebody is, let's say the kid, uncle, please give me your phone. That's what at least kids refer to me as nowadays. So I'm not yet. So how would you react to it? So I'm tired. So Toastmaster, how would you react to it? Okay, bit really harsh, but yeah, fine. And the last one, when you are just being joking around, how would you react to it? Okay. Anyone else from the online? Toastmaster Mayur?
Last one I have to try it, right?
Yeah, the sarcastic one where you're actually not tired, but you pretend to.
Yep. Let me add myself. I am tired.
Doesn't look like so. The exact expression that I wanted from Toastmaster Mayur. Now, see, all 4 sentences having the same word, same meaning, but 4 different expressions. Just from what we can gather is by changing our pitch of the voice. Now let's move on to the next part, which is the pacing and stressing or keying on something. Now, if I say, I love cricket, football, and volleyball. So, which is the thing that I love the most? What do you think? Volleyball. If I say, I love cricket, football, and volleyball, which is the key thing that I love right now?
Football.
Just by stressing or keying on one word, we are telling the more impact. If I say tomorrow that I love cricket, football, and volleyball, so you will know cricket is the thing that I love the most. So sometimes by stressing on keywords, the key message, when we go towards the end of our speech, we tend to say that, where there is a will, there is a way. Now, 2 keywords are here are will and way. So just by stressing on certain words, you can change the exact meaning. But if I just say, I love cricket, football, and volleyball, nobody would ever know which is my most favorite one among these 3 things. So let us try that exercise as well. I think I have exercise for this. Okay. Is it not change? Yeah, it's change. So same sentences. In the first one, the stressing is on the word I. In the second sentence, the stressing is on the word need. And in the third one, the stressing is on the word you. Now I want only one person to do all these things, so just we get to know about it. So who would like to try? Yeah, Toastmaster English, you can come up on the stage. Okay, just try keying on stressing on just one word as per the sentence. Okay. Let us go with the first one.
I need you.
Okay, I will make
I need you.
in this sentence.
I
I
need you. I need you.
yeah, need is really important. And the third one, if you know, the third one would be really important.
I need you.
You can understand that who is specifically talking about. That person is Toastmaster. So in the same sentence, when was specific speed was the whole meaning change. The first sentence, the most important thing was him, Toastmaster village. The second sentence, the most important thing, not anyone, but the need. Of the system. Yeah, that would be great.
Okay, I think it's a best point because I have my personal experience about this. Because when I speak normally also, or whether if I'm taking interview also, like I sometimes like unintentionally, change my volume in certain words, and it can create a different impact, which I realized. Example is like one of the like one day I was just taking one interview, and at the time of interview, I normally introduce myself, and I was introducing, and my manager was already there, who was just listening how I'm taking the interview. And at the end of the interview, after like I did my introduction and I asked questions and everything went well, and then after that, my boss called me and he was like, "Are you like, do you have an attitude that you are a manager or something?" I was like, "Why?" He told me that when you were introducing yourself, you said that my name is Nilesh. I'm a manager. You stress manager word. I'm a manager. I'm working so and so. And I didn't realize that initially. Like, and I used to do the same thing, but I never. My intent was not that. But I had that attitude of stressing words. I was stressing at the wrong word, and he catches that. And at that time, I realized that stressing on certain words are like quite difficult because you should not go for the wrong word. You should always make sure that you are stressing the right word, and if you are not able to stress the right word, just leave it as it is because it may create another impact as well.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nilesh, for sharing your experience. Like why it is important to stress on certain keywords. But again, the most important thing that I personally believe in every speech or whenever you speak is the pacing and pausing. You become monotonous when there are no pauses in your speech. No, there are certain aspects at the speech where you want to pause and want audience to just react to it. Example being, I'm a person with average height, average looks, and of course, below average name, Chandrashekhar. Now, after that, if I start again speaking, the people won't realize that it was a joke. Obviously, the true case, as of I can see now. So it is sometimes it is really important that you pause. You take any speech of any renowned speaker, you will see that they pause at a certain time, at a certain place, and that's create the more impact rather than just speaking lot of words. So the last example that I would like to take is this one. This is a key statement from anybody who, if you can recognize, that it is written, that is Steve Jobs from Stanford University. And I want you to read it. So the 1/ is basically a small pause, 2/ is basically a long pause, and try it. Okay, who would like to? Toastmaster Ashutosh, you might have seen this speech, so I want you to try it. Okay. I think they won't be able to hear. So better.
Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your inner voice. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart and intuitions. They somehow already know what you truly want to become. Everything else is secondary.
Thank you. Now I would like every one of you to go and see this speech so that you would realize how he has just changed some pauses and the impact. This is one of the most watched speech of Steve Jobs. He gave it in a Stanford University back in 2006 or 2008. Now with that, I would like all of you So just try playing with these 4 things. One is your volume, second is your pitch, third is the stressing or keying of the words, and the last one is spacing and pausing. And if you try playing with that, eventually there will be a point that will come that you won't be getting this feedback that you could have done voice modulation. That's it from my side, and back to the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Chandrasekhar. Proper pause was there. So I have acted what I have been guided by Toastmaster Chandrasekhar. I'll make sure that I will take care of all the pauses which is necessary. Thank you. So now, friends, we are going to give, we'll wait for 30 seconds to give our feedback to Toastmaster Nilesh and Toastmaster Chandrasekhar about his Nilesh speech and the session that Toastmaster Chandrasekhar has conducted. They can chat mode, and the people in the offline mode can pass their messages directly to Chandrasekhar. After that, we'll have a timer's card about the voting for the time that they have taken. So Deep, just let us know when 30 seconds is over. By the time Devai, please say how was the speech. Great. Chandrasekhar said good about meeting, na? So why don't you say something good to Chandrasekhar? A lot of learnings you have taken from Chandrasekhar today. So just forward your presentation to. Oh, buzzer is there. Thank you. So now I request Toastmaster Deep to come on stage and share how much time was taken by Toastmaster Nilesh, so that we can consider him for voting. Rather, he is the best speaker, as we all know. Today will not be very.
Yeah. So talking about our speaker, Toastmaster Nilesh time today, he has taken 6 minutes and 32 seconds, right? So he is qualified, of course, right? And regarding our session, which is taken by our President Toastmaster Chandra, he has taken 21 minutes and 54 seconds. Thank you.
There was a galvanic session, and now it can help us to catch the lightning in the bottle. What a feedback from Toastmaster Mayur. Thank you. So now we will be having a break of 5 minutes. But before going for a break, I just wanted to break it down. The first aspect of, or rather the first disadvantage of electric vehicle is it is very costly, Nikhil said. So the reason of electric vehicles being large portion of the cost goes into battery, the battery of the electric vehicles. And why that battery is so costly? The reason being the battery is made of cells, and cell required some rare earth metals to manufacture that. And those rare earth metals are not available in India so far. We are largely exporting it from the countries like China, Taiwan. So how we can bring the cost down of that battery? Possibility is what? If we get a rare metal like lithium in India. So to your all surprise and for the goodness of your knowledge, that as per report of CNBC TV 18 last month from 10th of February, the Geological Survey of India has identified a large resource of lithium in the part of Kashmir and Jammu. So now that has a potential of getting rare earth metal in India itself, and with that amount of lithium, we can certainly compete with the Western world and the Chinese countries as well. China and the neighboring countries from where we are exporting it. So definitely government and the entire ecosystem in Indian automotive industry is working hard to bring the cost down. And we have also observation that the price of electric vehicle is also coming down. So one of the disadvantages that our forum member Toastmaster Nikhil has mentioned, the initial cost is very high, is somewhat team is working on it, and we are observing that cost is going down. So first disadvantage is something that we can definitely work on and bring the cost down, and results are in front of us. We'll talk for the further disadvantages. That was the second disadvantage. Charging infrastructure. Great. So we'll talk how charging infrastructure also one of the big elephant, and how to shoot that to bring the cost down and to make more comfortable and more convenient for the consumer of Indian market in the subsequent session. So for now, we'll break for 5 minutes. Thank you. Master to start the recording. Thank you. Before going for the second part of today's meeting, that is table topic session, can we have voting? Voting, okay, sorry, no voting. But we'll have voting for best role players. Anyways, so now to conduct the very energetic session, I request Toastmaster Ankit to come on stage to explain the rules format of tabletop session.
Good morning, Presidents, fellow Toastmasters, Toastmaster of the day, and dear guests. So I am Toastmaster Ankit, acting as a table topic master for today's meeting. So it is considered as the most funniest part of this session, where you get a chance, where you speak on some topic, and it also gives you a chance to think on your feet and develop a skill of impromptu thinking and then delivering your thoughts. So the scripts will be like, I will be calling some volunteers here. They will be given a 2 minutes of time, and then they have to speak on that topic. So I would request a timer that if in certain topics like more than 2 volunteers or 2 volunteers are involved, so at that time you can increase the time to 4 minutes. And there is a grace period. There will be a grace period of 30 seconds as well. So you can utilize that as well. So any volunteer will like to come here? Yeah, Toastmaster Devi. Yeah, from online as well. Yeah. You can also. So Toastmaster Devi. The day I got my first two-wheeler.
I I still had not my first two-wheeler, but I will buy it on the Gudi Padwa in this month. I think it will be the very close, as I had drive on my it was my brother's scooty, so it not get me a chance to buy a new one because I had already one in my home. So it was thinking like when I will buy, and that day will be the very memorable for me, as I had a drive of my scooty, but it was not my own. So thank you. That's it.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deva. It was nice knowing that you are planning to buy a two-wheeler and all. Thank you. So next, I would like to call Toastmaster Ashutosh. Yes. Your topic is Karan or Arjun?
Karan or Arjun?
Yes. Which one you like? You have to choose one between.
Okay, so given a chance, if I have to choose either Karan or Arjun, I will go with Karan. The reason being why I chose Karan, because we all know the best part of Arjun, how good Dhanurdhar he was. But some of the stories that have been never told to us, but there are some documents available wherein we can get what the real knowledge of archery was there, and how potential Karan was also, because I can remember one of the incident that I read somewhere, that Arjun was accompanied with Prabhu Krishna, Lord Krishna, and there was a fight of archery between Karan and Arjun. So with his arrow, he was able to move Karan's with his Karan's arrow. He able to move the charioteer of Krishna by perhaps 2 feet, and with the arrow of Arjun, he was able to move the Karan's charioteer at around 3 feet. So Arjun was feeling a sense of pride that yes, I was able to move his charioteer approximately 3 feet. I'm greater Dhanudhar than him. Then Prabhu Krishna made him understand that I'm sitting on your charioteer, and with the weight of entire world is with you. And even in that condition, if he's able to move your charioteer to 2 feet, he's way far superior than you. So it is not always about what we see from the onlooker's perspective. There are a lot of integrities, there are a lot of nuances are also there that we need to take care of, and we should definitely celebrate and acknowledge the real potential and the real power that may be not looking from the onlooker's perspective, but yes, it is there most of the times. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmasters. It was nice knowing that you went for the real potential and strength. Thank you. So I saw Toastmasters Mayur and Toastmaster Insia raised their hand. So can we have a debate session with Toastmaster Insia and Toastmaster Mayur? I think it will be very interesting with 2 veteran Toastmasters to have a debate.
Sure, yeah.
So the topics would be like similar to our theme only. So one has to talk in the favor of electric vehicles, and one has to talk against the electric vehicles. So anyone who would like to go in favor? I think Toastmaster Insia would like to go in favor, and Toastmaster Mayur has to go against that electric vehicles. Yeah. And timer, you can take 4 minutes. So yeah, you can start now.
So table topic master and fellow Toastmasters and guests. Okay, so I have to go in favor of electric bikes, if I am not wrong. Firstly, I would like to tell you all that recently my husband has bought an electric bike, electric two-wheeler. And honestly speaking, me being because I don't ride, so that would be a very that would be a very wrong thing, me not being able to ride, commenting on how great a two-wheeler can be. But I am a person who sits back of him, so I am going to give my point of view on basis of that. Okay, so the first advantage of two-wheeler that I really like is that it does not make a lot of noise. Okay, so that is something which I enjoy, because whenever I used to sit back of my husband and we used to have any kind of talk, any kind of serious talks, these noise used to come up and interrupt my conversation. So I am very happy that there is no noise as such, which is good because there is a lot of less noise pollution. Second, usually whenever I wanted to go for a long ride, so my husband always had this thing that I don't have petrol. There is no petrol, but this excuse he cannot give anymore because he has to charge his vehicle. So now he doesn't have to go any place to go and get petrol. There is a charger that he can charge, and I can go on a long drive any day, any time of my day when I feel like. So that is a very good part. The third part that I really feel, the recent models that has come are very good looking also, the colors and everything. Of course, I think that is not only situated to the electric, but it looks really nice, and it has all these new features that we can listen to the music while riding and all of those things, which is also again giving a very good vibe when a person who's sitting back of the person who's driving gets a very good vibe to it, which I am loving it. And also the fourth part that I really liked, and everybody here has also mentioned that a lot of less air pollution happens because of that. So these are four my valid points that I feel that everybody should go and get a electric bike. Now back over to you, Toastmaster Mayur.
Like, I personally don't like to go with the electric vehicles. The first thing is that, like, you have to charge your vehicle. Like, such a person who are like, I forgot so many things, and on top of that, if I'm in a rush, I have to charge it. I have to spend 15 to 30 minutes so that my vehicle will get charged. I don't have any option. My 15 to 20 minutes have already, like, already taken by this system. If I have a normal vehicle which runs on fuel, simply I have to go there and get the fuel in it. On top of that, if I have to ride for, let's say, on a long ride, I have to go, then what are the options I have? Like, if I have to take the electric vehicle, then I can just pick up destinations which are only 100 or 150 kilometers far away. I also need to consider that I have to return back. So 60 kilometers the destination and the returning back. So these factors I need to consider, wherein if I have a fuel vehicle, then I can go anywhere, because infrastructure is already set up. Like, I'm pretty much sure that I will get fuel to feed my vehicle. That is also there. And the third part, which is like, you talk about that noise doesn't come, but I'm such a person who, if I'm walking on the road and if I don't heard any noise, then maybe I can make to the accident, and that can help or not help, but that can destroy someone's life. Like, someone can badly injure not only that person, but the consequences can be faced by that driver itself. So it's a not a it's a disguise of this, having not having the voice to this. So being this, having these three valid reasons, I strongly believe that we should stick to the fuel vehicle only, because already we don't see that much infrastructure is in place. Definitely in certain time there will be a time to shift to the electric vehicle, but considering these consequences, it's not good time to shift to the uh, electric vehicle. Back to table topic master.
Okay. Okay, but
Thank you.
Toastmaster Mayur, the only thing is that when you say that the 15-20 minutes you need to charge, but what about 1 hour standing in the queue of the petrol? Because I think that is more disgusting when you have to stand in a queue of like 1 hour and you have to wait for your number to come. That is one thing. And second thing, when you said about noise, I think it's not the noise which helps you drive, it's the rear view mirror. So I would really request you to see in the rear view mirror and not go by the voice when you're driving. It is going to again lead you to accidents. That is only what I wanted to say.
I have one more points. Like, I'm living in a
Yes.
situation, like, in at place where, like, I don't get a electricity for 7 to 8 days. Okay, so
Okay.
how I can charge my vehicle? So I will prefer to stay 1 hour in a queue rather than putting my vehicle in a parking for almost 7 days. So
Okay.
yeah, that this I have this point.
Okay. Okay. I think we are up with
Okay.
the time. This debate can go forever, but let's put
Okay.
that
Thank you,
aside.
Toastmaster Insia and Toastmaster Amir. I will not dare to, decide like who is the winner, because I think time will give the answer like what is the future of EVs, because still we will have the people in future as well like who like the petrol vehicles and electric vehicles. So I think time will give the answer. And so now I will like to call Toastmaster Nilesh. Your topic is like near this building, there is a sudden fire in the electric vehicle. It's a four-wheeler electric vehicle. There is sudden fire in that electric vehicle, and you have to act as a reporter, and you have to report that incident to your news channel. So this is your news channel. You are sitting on the news channel, and you have to report that incident.
Okay, can I get 30 seconds?
Yeah. And if you need any volunteer, if you have.
Ashutosh. Your audience. Okay.
मैंने देखा आग लगी थी.
Good morning. My name is Nilesh Bhalchim from ABP News. So we have Ashutosh over here who was just riding bike on this road, and we both can see that there is a fire in the electrical vehicle car. So I would like to ask you, Ashutosh, why? Like, what do you think? Why it has happened?
I seriously don't know what that has happened, but it is so terrifying that the fire is coming from all over the vehicle, and it can put somebody's life in a great danger. And it is so terrifying that I am not able to speak in a single word. I can't speak anymore.
Okay, but then why you are also driving electrical vehicle? Because you see that it's a danger and you are not able to speak. Then you should not drive electrical vehicles, right?
No, I never drove electric vehicle so far, and I will not be.
But I can see that you are riding electrical vehicle.
Oh, is it electric? Oh my God, I'm doing it now only.
Okay, so have you seen, guys, like electrical vehicles nowadays are creating a problems. We as per my understanding, we brought it just for this benefit of us, but I feel that it is creating negative impact as of now. I think our government is still working on creating better vehicles in EV. And what is your profession, sir?
I'm a labor, sir.
I heard that you were from automobile industry, right?
Yes, I just do a logistic job. I just park vehicles from here and there.
Okay, no problem. So I think you are one of the person who's already working over there. So you can also talk to your superior so that they can add some kind of innovation over there and create better vehicles.
I would have definitely talked to them, but it is a matter of bread and butter, so I will not be talking to them because I want my salary to be credited every month.
Okay. I think because of these people, we are not able to improve in the innovation, because we have to think about others as well.
But have to feed our family. We cannot be talking to our manufacturer that please do a good job, because ultimately we want salary, not a good work.
Okay. Anyways, it's not about good job. It's always about the innovation. It's always about the suggestion. We can always suggest our people wherein we can improve in whatever technology we are using. Anyways, thank you so much. Over to you, table topic master.
Thank you. It was really fun. So, how much time we left, timers? Yeah. This. Now, you need to open this bag. So whatever you found, you just have to perform a commercial ad on that. Yeah, so time to open the bag. Yeah, you have to open this. So there are two things. Anything you can find. I think you should put that one. Okay. Yeah, for you tonight, it's a perfume. You have to perform a commercial ad on that. Yeah, you can take this. You can take 30 seconds.
My dear fellow Toastmasters, have you ever faced, if in case you have dated somebody, if you are a girl, you dated for a boy, if you are a girl, boy, you dated a girl, and somehow you face that It's not a feeling of joy due to some order, maybe from your own shirt or your own clothing. So do you know, I do have one solution right now in my hand. This can be definitely make you a successful dater. If you will use this blue perfume, which is in my hand, you can be successful in your dating, in your life. Yes, because you can choose your life partner. To choose your life partner, choose my perfume, the blue perfume. Yes. And I hope you'll just go to the shop which is available to our nearby shop and it's not costly. To choose your perfume, to choose your dating, to make your lifetime partner a better person. Thank you. Oh.
So, should we take one more or it's over? Okay, so now it's over for table topic session. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ankit, for bringing these innovative ideas and topics. You try to knit around the stories around electric vehicles, though it's a difficult one, but you have done a great job to bring those topics. Now, I would request our timer for today's meeting, Toastmaster Deep, to come and explain and let us know who all are qualified for voting for table topic sessions and the respective timings as well. Huh? Yeah, you first please come and then let us the timings about.
Yeah, as far as the timing for table topic speaker is concerned, except the debate session, which taken much longer time. In fact, we extended almost 5 minutes. So for that matter, I would like to ask maybe TMOD or president should we consider because it's extended to 4 minutes, which was expected considering the two speakers in a time. I was even having the confusion whether to be qualified. So let me share. Toastmaster Isha taken 2 minutes and 50 seconds. Toastmaster Mayur taken 2 minutes and 46 seconds, considering as the actual timings. Yeah, and expect that everybody is qualified. Toastmaster Devai, Ashutosh, Nilesh, and me, all are qualified.
Thank you. So this call goes in the hand of our president for today's meeting, rather of our club. So he is going to tell us whether the debate is under a voting category or not. Okay, so debate participant will not be considered for voting. So now should we go for the voting of table topic sessions? Okay, so Zoom Master, are you able to launch poll for the best speaker for table topic contestant? Zoom Master is
Yes, can we
ready.
confirm? Yeah, let me launch the poll. Can you see poll?
Yes, yes, we can see it. By the time you are launching it in online, we are doing it here offline. So you can see the name of speakers. For Devai, how many? Please close your eyes so that nobody should get to know. For Devai, okay. For Ashutosh, okay. For Nilesh, okay. And for Deep, okay. So Chandra, you have taken account. Thank you. We have our offline voting done. Thank you. With this, Mayur, you have enough online voting as well, right?
Yes, done.
Okay, thank you. So with this, we have come to end of second part of today's meeting. Now again, I wanted you all to take back to the disadvantages of electric vehicle and what are the remedies, solutions, so that we can make this development a sustainable one. The second disadvantage that I remember was safety concern, because fire was there in the vehicle, and same we have observed in the table topic that Nilesh was taking into. right? So there is a word called AIS. AIS stand for automotive industry standards. And from the incidents that we got to know that Ola is catching fire, and some other vehicles also, some other manufacturers vehicle also got some fire incidents were there. So for that, automotive industry standards had set a norm, that is AIS 156, that specifically talks about what are the preventive measures in that need to be taken to ensure that your vehicle is 100% safe from any kind of fire incidents. So the vehicles, the regulation is now put in place. So no further vehicles is going to catch fire, because of what all the thermal runaway is there, because of what it is catching electricity, will not be there now onwards. So battery packs, motors, and the entire vehicle has been made in a certain way that now it is not going to reach to a certain level of temperatures, and if at all it is increasing, it is going to catch at the very early stage, and fire incidents will not be there. So all my friends, offline, online, be assured that fire incidents is something not going to take place any further. So in terms of decreasing the cost, yes, we have the resources. We are, rather, Indian government and team is working to bring the cost down. Cost area catered. This safety area catered. Now the third part, what was the biggest concern of Deep and Mayur also, that he is residing in an area where 7 to 8 days there is no electricity. How he is charging? He is going to charge his vehicle. He preferred to walk in a long queue of 1 or 2 hours than to park his vehicle for 7 to 8 days in a parking garage. So what is the remedy for that? How government, society, automotive manufacturers are working to make sure development is sustainable, we'll get to know, but in the later part of session. Now I request our evaluations to start commencing. And for that, we have a evaluator of Toastmaster. Okay, sorry. I request general evaluator Toastmaster Jay to come on stage and proceed for the overall meeting and evaluations.
Thank you. So today for our Toastmaster, just a second. Am I audible to you? I'm not able to hear.
Much audible.
Yeah.
Able to hear.
Sorry. Thank you. So today for Toastmaster Nilesh, our evaluator is Toastmaster Insia, and I would like to call her on stage for the evaluation. Toastmaster Insia, please.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Good communication is the bridge between the clarity and the confusion. The Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, guest, and my speaker for today. My speaker, Toastmaster Nilesh, today helped us all understand the bridge between the clarity and confusion that we usually face in communication. That is by making a communication plan and how he implemented it in his personal life. Now, let me start with some of the good points that I liked in his speech. First, if I talk about, it was his emotion expression. The way he was able to show his emotions and express them was very much on point and was able to connect with the audience. Example, I was worried for my people. I could sense the worry in his words. That is a very good point. Second, I personally was also very intrigued in knowing what communication plan is and what are the factors of a communication plan. And he nicely gave us four important aspects that a communication plan can have. So that was very well given, and that was very helpful for educating the audience that what are those four aspects. Good job done on that part also. Thirdly, his opening was very catchy. The role play that started off very well done with a personal story. He also showed us before and after. that before he implemented the communication plan and after implementing the communication plan. So that was very interesting and that was very well added in the speech. Now let us talk about some of the recommendations. Firstly, you explained the aspects of the communication plan. That was a good job, but it could have, the cherry on the cake would be if you could have given more examples about all the aspects, or maybe with the role play that you did, you could have explained that when I say meaning, clarity, message clarity, what does that exactly mean through your role play? So it could have been more effective and educated for the people to understand. Second, that I thought was your ending was a little abrupt. I I thought it was a little incomplete. I was waiting for more, and you did have time. So you completed your speech 6 minutes 32 seconds. You had 1 whole minute remaining. There you could have added. You could have added more because you are that speaker. So overall, good emotion expression, good aspects explanation, good personal story opening. The only things that you want to work upon would be maybe a little bit more explanation of the aspect, a better ending and timing that would take your speech to another level. And with this, I wish all the best to my speaker for the upcoming projects. Back to you, General Valley.
Thank you, Toastmaster Insia, for this galvanic evaluation. Now let me go ahead. So Taima, could you please let us know the timing of the evaluation?
It's a 3 minute and 10 seconds.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah.
So now I would like to call our R counter on stage. Toastmaster Shamli, are you ready?
Yes, I will present my.
Yes, you can present it. Yes, we can see.
Yes. So this is my counter report. So as per the report, TM Ashutosh, TM Insia, TM Mayur, uh, TM Nilesh, and also TM Ankit, they are having less than 5 hours, and all other speakers are flawless. So big round of applause for all the flawless speakers. Yes, thank you.
Thank you, our counter Toastmaster Shamli. Your report has caught the lightning in a bottle. Thank you for this one. Now I would like to call the grammarian of the day. Are you ready, Toastmaster Nikhil? Yes,
Yes,
please go ahead.
Toastmaster Chair. Yeah.
Please go ahead.
Okay. So just let me share my screen to present my report. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So today the word of the day was galvanic. So it was used by Toastmaster Nilesh, Toastmaster Mayur, and Toastmaster Ankit. And today's phrase of the day was catch lightning in a bottle, which was used by Toastmaster Ashutosh, Toastmaster Nilesh, Toastmaster Mayur, and Toastmaster Jay. Then there are some there were some outstanding uses of words and phrases. So work-life balance, it means the division of one's time and focus between working and family. Wondering, curious, desire to know something. Frustrated, feeling distress. Monotonous, repetitious, and lack of variety. Intonation, the rise and fall of the voice. Sarcastically, in the way that uses remarks that clearly mean the opposite of what you say. Intuition, the ability to understand something. Annoy, make someone little angry. Head count, an instance of counting the number of people present. So there are some grammar improvements during this meeting. One of the speakers said devastated. It should have been devastated. Then one of the speaker said did not had. It should have been did not have. And one of the speakers said cat has been lost. So I think cat was lost should have been used here. So I am not sure here what it should be. But I think cat was lost should be there. Uh, one of the speakers said one more points. It should have been one more point. So that's my final report. Thank you. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you. Now let me go ahead with the channel evaluation for the entire meeting, including the role players. So first I would like to start with our evaluator Toastmaster Insia. Toastmaster Insia, your evaluation was really a high class evaluation, I could say. You have really improved a lot. You used the CRC approach and you have completely counted how many recommendation and commendations are required in that space. So great work. There is no any suggestion for you. Now the second is the timer. So right now I have observed the timing for only one for the evaluation because of the online criterias. But I can say one thing, you did your job really very well. Kudos to you. Please keep continue the same. One observation or recommendation could be for you, accept president, accept district leaders. You could raise the flag for everyone. You are allowed to raise the flag for everyone, even the accountant, grammarian or general evaluator also. They're also the time bound members and role players. Okay. So president and district leaders that you can skip. However, or skip means only the bell, the ring you can skip, but the red card you can show to anyone. That's your role. I can't say no to you. The second is the accountant. The accountant Toastmaster Shamli, you did a fantastic job. Few points which you could take it from this meeting. First thing, so now you can see your screen, only 40-45% you are covering. You can compare it like with my screen also. How much area I am covering. But in the next meeting, try to utilize the entire space, whatever is possible. Minimum target say 70%. That will help you in your office background or whenever you have an online meeting. Quite
Uh,
possible in your sorry.
yes, yes, TMJ. I just wanted to ask, you are saying about the video.
Yes, I'm talking about your video. Okay,
Okay.
that is the one thing because you are also here for the learning. So that's the reason I'm saying you can see the Mayur or you can follow me also. It's fine. How much? Yes, perfect. Kudos to you. And everyone should follow this. Now the second about the role. So you missed to appreciate who are the flawless in the meeting. No problem. You presented it well. And one more thing, you could advise someone how we could reduce the filler words. Example, if we don't have the word, no need to say anything. Keep quiet. That could be one thing.
So
Yes.
I just wanted to ask one query. So I did upload for all the speakers together. So you are saying ki by name we have to do
Yes,
upload for. Okay.
correct. So flawless speaker, Toastmaster Mayur, Toastmaster Abhishek, like this, that you could do. Okay. Thank you. No more point for you. Thank you very much. Now the grammarian. So grammarian, you also did a fantastic job. The similar recommendation for you, like the camera angles and all. A part of that, the report. Whenever you have to prepare a report, even in office background, outside, anywhere, just try to differentiate from good or needs to improve. Like green, yes, good. I had seen that point in the green. I can remember it was the good point. But I can see there was a red point written one more points that I could catch easily. If you are using it, try that one. And you could also give one grammarian point. Any suggestion, so use always a lot of points or any tip you could share. Okay, no more points for you. Now, President, let me take first. So President Toastmaster Chandrasekhar, you did a fantastic job. I don't want to add any point here. So kudos to you. Now the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Ashutosh. Amazing theme, very much relevant to all of us. Only the point which I wanted to highlight. One thing you missed to call me on the stage, or might be my network is not good. So I missed when you have announced my name. That you could take care. Second point, if there is any change in the agenda, that you have to announce it. So there is no any speech, only one speech today, and we are including the education session. Well done. Overall, topic is really good. You took care for our time. You did the justice with our times. So perfect. Now, Toastmaster, I missed anyone or I covered all? I hope
Table
I
topic
covered.
master.
Yeah, table topic master. Table topic master. Amazing work. I have no any opinion suggestion for you. But only one thing I would like to say, whoever is on stage or driving that activity is responsible for our code of conduct, compliance, integrity, all these. These are gray zone areas and leaders are here to move a member or person from gray zone to the darker side. One example I would like to take here. Someone was using our gavel as a mic. So you could say, no, sir, you can take anything, but don't touch the gavel because only the president have the rights to use it. This is like our Gita, Quran, something we are not allowing anyone. Okay, that one thing you could take care. Whoever is on the stage for the role, you did fantastic job. No points from my side. Now, in general, today there were few hiccups like the back out of the speaker and all, but how we manage that is showing really a teamwork. Kudos to all the members who were in this pain, how to manage the show, but you did a fantastic job. Toastmaster of the day, table topic master and president, and especially the VP education. All four members worked really very well in the harmony to manage it. If one of the guy failed, then the show will be really in a bad situation. But you did a fantastic job. Kudos to you. I really appreciate how you did it. And I know, like all our meeting today, we learned a lot from this one. You did the justice. All the role play did the justice with our time and money. Thank you. And with this, let me give the control back to our Toastmaster of the day. Thank you.
Nuanceful evaluation of all the role players and the overall meeting. Now, to move further, we will be having a voting for the role players. So, Zoom Master, are you ready with the polls? And before that, we need to know who all are qualified. So, Toastmaster Deep, if you can come and let us know who are qualified for voting for the main role player and the auxiliary role player. All are qualified, fine, great. So we are having a poll for auxiliary role player. We all can see the names in the screen. So all please close your eyes. Then we'll start with Toastmaster Devai as a sergeant at arms for today's meeting. Raise your hand with closing eyes. Devai. Okay, so please raise your hand. Chandra, you are keeping a count, right? Okay, fine. Now we'll move to timer Deep. We are getting details, fine. Then counter Toastmaster Shalmali. Great. Grammarian Nikhil. we have the count for we got the vote for auxiliary role player. Now we'll move. Mayur, you have also enough voting for auxiliary role player?
Yes, yes.
Okay, now we'll move to best role player. So to start with Ashutosh as a TMOD. Okay, we have a count. We'll move to Toastmaster Jay as a general evaluator. Now Toastmaster Ankit as a table topic master. Thank you. We have got voting in offline mode. Mayur, perhaps you are also ready with the online votes.
Yes.
Great. Thank you. We can close this screen. Chandra? So friends, with this, we have come to the end of today's session. But before concluding, we are yet to discuss the last part of the last disadvantage. That was Mayur concern and the Deep concern, how to charge the vehicle. So to answer this, or how the entire ecosystem is working towards it, we all have LPG cylinders in our home, right? Hand raise please for LPG cylinders. Most of us is having. And how do we get it refilled? Now the technology has moved by leaps and bounds, and we have the gas supply in our home. But what was the earlier concept? We used to give our cylinders to the agency, and agency replace the cylinder with a filled one. This is how it was working. The same thing is happening in EV industry. We are coming up with a concept of called swappable battery. When you need to go to a certain stations where one battery is filled, charged rather. If your battery is discharged, you just remove your battery from the vehicle, put it there, and get the charged battery from there. So for that, you need not to worry about the charging of your battery, because the infrastructure is made so much comfortable for the people that they need not to worry about charging of the vehicle. They all have to care about the next battery station, what is available, from where they can go and swap their battery. So battery will not be a ownership of the manufacturer. Some other third party company is going to manufacture the battery, and they are going to establish a infrastructure, a replaceable swappable station where they can pick and place battery as per their requirement, and they can go whatever long walk or long drive they can go for. Same is the case of that we have petrol stations, we have CNG station. So we will be having a battery station where we can change our batteries going there. So problem is solved. Deep, fair enough. You can, no concern of whether how you have to charge a vehicle. Mayur, am I making sense to you? How you need not to wait for 7-8 days to charge your battery, because you are going to get a charge battery at the certain stations, and that will be installed in your local area. The infrastructure is going to develop in a certain way, and it is developing, and the companies are coming like this. To name few, Sun Mobility is one of the company who is working on swappable battery, and they are putting the charging stations across the geography to make it is accessible to everybody. And with this, definitely we can bring the cost down also of the vehicle, because if battery is not a part of vehicle, so the manufacturer is going to sell the vehicle only, not the battery, and battery is a second cost, and that is swappable in nature. Mayur, am I answering your question, or is it helping you to, am I convincing you to buy electric vehicle now? Fair enough, thank you. So with this, I think all the challenges what we can observe, or rather the industry is observing, or the consumer point of view, what all challenges are there, things are working on it. People are working on it. Industries are working on it. Policies are working on it. So everybody is coming together to make this a Herculean task, a simple one to easy one, so that we will be able to move a better sustainable future, because the advantages are way ahead as compared to disadvantages. We can have a safe future, we can have our less dependency on the fossil fuels, and we can have a green, clean, and better future ahead. With this, I would request our Toastmaster President Toastmaster Chandrashekhar to come and give his closing address along with the moments of glory.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ashutosh. What a wonderful session it has been regarding electric vehicle. So many things that I was not knowing, I got to know from Toastmaster Ashutosh. So many questions that I had regarding in my mind when we talk about electric vehicles. Some people say that electric vehicle is the present or the future, though it was an argument, but it can become true in the future, depending on how situation goes, how things work out for us in the future. As of now, we are still in the dilemma, but I think we are looking forward for good things. We are hopeful that the future will be better. And Toastmaster Ashutosh brought all of those things together and explained why it is really important to be aware of all of these things. Can we have a big round of applause for Toastmaster Ashutosh for running this show? Now, before I move on to moments of glory, I would like to mention some of the important aspects of our meeting as well as the upcoming meeting. The nominations for the table topic contest and international contest has been shared via email from Toastmaster Tulsi. If you have not received it, please check your emails junk folder. It will not be in junk folder, but please check it. Make sure that you nominate it before 15th of March. That is the last day to nominate if you really want to participate in the table topic contest and the international speech contest. Again, the criteria is that for table topic contest, you just have to be a member in good standing, which you all are. All of you can participate in the table topic contest. And for international speech contest, you should have completed at least 2 levels of pathways. I expect that you all will be surely nominating as soon as possible so that our VP education can work on all the aspects of the contest. Apart from that, if you are not participating in the contest, but you can still take some of the roles in the contest, be it timers, sergeant at arm, chief sergeant at arm, and there are many different roles that you can take. By today or tonight, the message will be released for the role players as well. So make sure that if you're not taking role in the contest, make sure it to the fullest. I would like to seek that the participation goes really as it always has been. Now, let's come to the moments of glory. Today, because of all of us had, there were so many backouts. Most of the people were not able to present. Those who are in the online mode might not be knowing, but there are only 6 people in the meeting room, which includes me and the Toastmaster of the day. But still, it was an amazing meeting that I really enjoyed. Because of some unfortunate reason, we were not able to prepare the certificate as of now, but we will be delivering the certificate in the digital format post after the meeting. Now, there was no voting for the best speaker and best evaluator because there were only one speaker and one evaluator, but we had best speaker, best table topic speaker, best role player, and best auxiliary role player. So the best auxiliary role player award goes to for today's meeting is our grammarian Toastmaster Nikhil. He did a wonderful job as a grammarian, noted down so many glorious points, what were the good usage in the meeting and some of the not so good usage. And it was really well presented throughout the PPT, which was really self-explanatory. We could have read it. I also really like the idea that one of the good usage was from me as well. So I was really happy to see it in that. Though some of the bad usage was also for me, but the name was not mentioned. So good job, Toastmaster Nikhil. Coming to the best role player for today's meeting, there could have been no any doubt. It was the show man for today, the host for today, Toastmaster Ashutosh.
Can we ask him to come on the stage?
Yeah, yes, but let me see. If anybody can pick a photo. Who doesn't have Samsung? Everybody does. We should really be presenting the certificate just after the meeting from our VP education. Thank you. And the best table topic speaker goes to the news reporter for today's meeting, Toastmaster Nilesh. Yes, Nilesh. Yeah, can you take a photo? Thank you. There are some more announcements, just in case if I forget it. The meeting which we'll be having on the next week, that is the contest meeting. It will be complete online meeting that will be conducted via Zoom platform. Please make sure that you read all the guidelines for the contest, though the contest briefing will be also happening and the role players briefing will be also happening throughout the Zoom. Make sure to have the most attendance, and I would also like to encourage all the role players and the members to come more to the meetings, maybe at the physical location if possible, so that we see more audience in the meeting and get the actual experience of speaking in a Toastmaster meeting. As of now, we haven't currently decided that we will go complete offline, but we are in the transition of moving to complete offline by the next term. So that's why we are planning for it. In the April month, we will be having our one meeting, which will be complete physical. So I hope all of you are excited, and I am also excited to see all of you over here. And that would be an amazing experience. With that, I would like to tell that the meeting is adjourned, and we can have a group photo, and the meeting room will be open for chit chat in that case. Thank you so much, everyone. I would request Zoom Master to spotlight. We all will come on the stage, and rest all can turn on their videos in the Zoom mode, and maybe he can take a group picture.
Sure. I request everyone.
Maybe recording can be also stopped.
Yep.